Why do you think talk shows don't work on streaming services? There's some people who've had some.
I think they probably would. I mean, the thing, what you have to do with a late night show. Look, everybody talks to me about the fucking success of the late night show. It was touch and go for 2 years. We were going to stay on the fucking air. Mm-hmm. Conan was the same. Conan, they were giving him I think a 3-week fucking up, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
But what happened was the people that made television then, the executives that made television then, were people who made television. Mm-hmm. They weren't people who balanced books.
Right.
They weren't accountants.
They were TV people.
They were TV people. So
Yeah.
they were like, how are we going to make this show work? So it was a different mindset to make stuff. Like, I think a talk show would work on streaming, but you got to fucking commit. You know, you're going to have to run that fucker for 2 years until it becomes a habit for people.
Right.
You know, and they don't have that kind of...
No.
Maybe they don't have the bandwidth for that. They don't need to do it because they can make money other ways. But if they were program makers, they'd be like, well, what we're going to have to do is take a hit on this financially until it works.
Right.
Nobody wants to fucking hear that.
It's breaking bread.
All right, here we go.
You look really sharp. I've been thinking about 3-piece suits lately.
You know, I tell you why I'm doing that. Well, 2 reasons. Maybe more than 2. We'll see how many I end up with at the end of this. But first of all, I'm doing the promotional car wash through New York. You know, where you do all the fucking
morning shows.
So I'm doing that through New York for Scrabble.
Right.
Which is a game show.
Yeah.
Which I host. And the thing about hosting a game show is I absolutely insist you must wear a suit if you're hosting a game show.
Yeah,
or at
I'm
least
with you.
I must. Because then people know who's in charge.
That's right.
You know, it's like,
Yeah.
well, who's the host? The guy in the suit, because everyone else is wearing pastels.
Yeah.
I kind of, and then also I have discovered, and you might be interested in this, the vest. Very slimming garment.
I know.
It is the Spanx for men. Although I think there are actually Spanx for
There
men.
are.
But you know what I mean. It's like
Yeah, it looks sharp. And
I think so. And
I
maybe a little
know.
like a detective. Maybe I'd like to wear a holster with a gun. But
Oh, it'd be cool just to have like the strap.
Yeah,
Or
it's
even just
like-
an empty holster
Yes,
and be like...
like an empty holster because they took my badge and my gun.
Right.
I want your badge and your gun, Ferguson.
Don't check my boot.
Yeah. And your other gun. And your other gun.
I literally have been thinking it's just time because it doesn't seem like the world has grown-ups in it.
No.
And I think we're the grown-ups.
Yep.
It's time to dress it and
I'm
act it out in the wild.
63 years old.
Yeah.
When my father was my age, he had been retired for 3 years.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
You know,
Do you
and I'm
even-
like, oh, better get my running.
Right, exactly.
I don't do carbs, thanks.
I'm
My
on
dad
tour.
was
Book
like,
more
nah.
dates.
Yeah.
Do you feel like ever retiring?
No, I tried it.
You did.
I did. I tried it when I was about, I don't know, after I finished in late night and in 2014, December 2014, I went fucking nuts. So I went, I did 2 tours, I did half a dozen television shows, I did a bunch of things.
Yeah.
And then in 2018, I thought, I'm done. I'm so fucking tired.
Yeah.
I'm burnt out. So I tried retiring. And everything went great for about 2 years.
2 years.
And then there was something called COVID, and everybody retired
Yeah.
for another year. And then I was in Scotland because I thought, well, I'll go to Scotland and live a quiet life.
Yeah.
I got a little bored.
Yeah, that's...
And then got really bored.
Yeah,
And
I
was
would
like,
think.
oh, fuck this. I'm going back to live in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I have friends that were texting last night, and they were in Florida, and they're like, we should retire. Everyone should retire. Can you let them in, Joe? Don't worry if anything goes off.
I thought that was a chicken or something. I thought, do you have a chicken? You're
have
an
a
eccentric
chicken.
guy, Tom.
You know?
If somebody said to me, have you done Tom's podcast recently? He has a chicken. I'd be like, that motherfucker. I bet he does. And
Thank you for that.
it'll be funny, and he'll do a whole bit about you gotta have a chicken.
Yeah.
You think you don't
Break
want a
out the
chicken?
chicken.
But come on. I think you can make it work. I would not be surprised if you had a chicken.
I would, you know what? Joe, write it down.
Yeah. I love that on the East Coast, your guy is Joe, and on the West Coast, your guy is Joe.
I know. I like Joes. Joes are solid.
They tend to be.
Yeah.
Do I know many Joes? I know West Coast Joe. I've just met East Coast Joe.
Yeah.
I like Joe as a lady's name as well. I knew a couple of Joes back in the day. It sounds to me, the name Joe, when it's a woman, sounds like a 1960s Carnaby Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I have one of my...
I'm friends with the Beatles.
One of my favorite aunts is Josephine.
Aunt Josephine.
And they call her Joe. Yeah.
And was she friends with the Beatles?
She was friends with the Beatles. Just George. It was like after they kind of like gotten a little hippie-ish.
I remember very much. I remember, Josephine used to call her Joe. She has a nephew who has a chicken.
I would have baked you bread, but I was on a flight from LA last night.
That's all right. I like that the bread is here.
It is here. It's for you.
And I appreciate it, and I will take it because the last time I did the podcast, I was traveling.
Right.
And I couldn't take the bread.
Yeah.
But today, because I live in New York, I take the bread, I go home, slice it up, toast.
This is from Vesuvio Bakery on Prince Street.
Nice.
So they kind of stand in when I literally baked you bread yesterday in LA.
Right.
Put it in my luggage. And it was like, I don't know if it's going to fit.
Your underpants?
It was close, and I knew that was going to be your first question.
And for me, I'm like, I'll take it.
It squashed it.
Right.
And it's at the hotel, and it's too flat. It was too embarrassing. Can I ask you a question about New York?
Yeah.
Because I love New York too. I'm from here, and I'm in LA now. And my wife and I, our kids are grown, and we have a lot of family and friends.
Come on back.
Yeah, we're thinking about
do it.
all that kind of...
Do it.
What do you do with all your stuff?
That is a challenge.
Yeah.
I will not deny it, because I moved from a castle in Scotland to a two-bedroom apartment in the Upper East Side. I have walls that have painting the whole wall and a couple of storage units. So, yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
But here's the other thing I will say about aging. Now, you're a bit younger than me, Tom, but you're getting older too.
Yep.
And here's the thing I've noticed about aging. Stuff matters less. You can give away more and more and more of it.
Yeah.
I really noticed this. I'm like, we were doing some estate planning. Man, this is at the point we're at in life.
Yeah.
On a podcast, I'm going estate planning. We may talk about capital gains tax in a minute as well.
I'm like, yeah, go ahead, because I'm doing it too.
Are you really?
Yeah.
So you do estate planning, and I was like, just give. I was like saying, well, give everything away now. I don't need anything.
I know.
I don't need anything.
I know.
I made I ticked all of those boxes. They're done.
Did it?
Yeah.
But I just put a sauna in the backyard, and I don't see that fitting into a 2-bedroom apartment in New York.
No, it doesn't. But what you do is you will join a facility in New York.
Right.
Where you go and you get in the sauna with a bunch of old Meshuggahs like you, and you complain about young people, and you share phlegm and stories.
And body hair.
Yeah, and you all wear towels, and it looks like an old mafia movie, and you're like, did the coffee make it?
Are you happy? Are you happy being back in New York?
I love New York City.
What did you live here before?
Yeah, I came when I first ever came to America when I was 13, 1975. I must have told you this story.
I don't know.
I came over in I don't remember.
I don't remember. That's whenever
why I record it.
Whenever my friends say, "Did I tell you this?" I'm like, I have to hear things 3 times.
Yeah,
just go for it. It's all going to be new.
Let me tell you this. I watched the documentary about Leonard Nimoy. It's called Becoming Spock.
Yeah.
His son made it. It's a beautiful documentary, and it's a very touching tribute to his father. And if you watch it, you're like, wow, what a remarkable and lovely and interesting man Leonard Nimoy was. And I watched it with my wife a couple of years ago, and I said, well, gosh, what a lovely man. I really wish I'd had him on late night. And we looked it up. He was on twice.
That's such a grind, though. I remember hearing Letterman be like, he got pulled over by the cops on his way home from the show.
Yeah.
And, they say it's Dave used to get in trouble a lot driving quick back up to Connecticut. And they said, he started schmoozing to get out of the ticket. And they're like, so who's on the show tonight? Couldn't tell
Couldn't
him.
tell him, didn't know.
That night, couldn't
I
tell him.
remember Megan used to say that to me when I would go home. She'd go to who? She would say who was on the show. I'd be like, don't know. Don't know. Leonard Nimoy, maybe. It's funny. You kind of go into a mode where it's recording, so you don't. I think, especially when you do so many of them.
Oh, right.
Like imagine
That's
you did the
interesting.
podcast every day.
Yeah.
You'd get like you don't need to record it. Somebody else is recording it.
Right.
This is recording it.
Oh, that's interesting that it's recording it, so you don't.
You don't have to. I think
Yeah.
that might be something to do with it, or maybe I'm just a selfish asshole or something. Maybe that too.
What's more fun, Scrabble or Monopoly?
Oh, I think for me, honestly, it's Scrabble.
Yeah.
Because Monopoly is it's a little too much like life.
It's your money.
Suddenly you're going to jail. Suddenly you owe a lot of money. Suddenly, the shit happens.
Yeah.
And in Scrabble, it's kind of like, oh, look, an X and a triple letter square. When we play it in our house, I mean, obviously you can't do this on TV. When you're hosting Scrabble on TV, you can't do this. But when we play Scrabble at home, which we do.
We do too.
Would you do the 20 extra points for a dirty word?
No.
Oh, that you should do that.
That's great.
Yeah.
I
dirty
need
word.
things. And I was thinking about this on the way over. I need things like that. They're going to break it up a little bit because my wife has mastered all of the Scrabble, the 2-letter words. She has all of the ins
cut.
and outs,
That's
all the
another one.
strategy.
Cut. Q-A-T. Cut.
Yeah.
And Q-I.
She's gotten very mean. She yells at me and my mom when we play, and
Maybe it's time for an intervention or something.
we stopped playing.
Oh,
we
really?
stopped playing because
Really?
she got too aggressive. But if we can shake it up with some dirty words and stuff like that,
Dirty word Scrabble. Well, it has to be a dirty word.
You're not allowed to put it.
That's very difficult. I mean, you have to justify, like, church is a dirty word. It's slang for bum in France or something. You know what I mean? It's like you have to justify the dirty words.
How many did you
I'm
do?
sure Hasbro are delighted at the fact I'm giving all these tips on how to adopt their game.
It is one of the greatest games, honestly.
Totally. I play. I mean, honestly, when they ask me to do it, I'm like, oh, hard, yes.
Yeah.
I play it on my phone all the time.
Right? Oh, you do your phone?
Yeah. I do it on the phone. And I used to play against bots because I quite like because the bots will play you back right away.
Right.
But then you think, well, there's no real satisfaction in beating a bot or getting
Right.
beat by a bot because it's just like plugging into.
Yeah.
So you have to wait and actually play people, and you can tell the difference.
You can. Yeah.
Because the bots are called things like Conquistador, and
Right.
and then the real people are like Margaret, 42, and a picture of a woman with her grandchildren, and you're like, okay, yeah, all right, I'll play you.
My friend had one in Hawaii where it was on a wall, like the big giant tiles. And you can put them up on the wall.
Well, that's how
and
we
play
do
the
it
thing.
in the game show. We have this huge electronic Scrabble board. I mean, it's the size of a building.
Amazing.
It's fantastic fun.
Chuck Woolery did the first one.
I believe so. Yeah.
He was a
he
cool
did the
host.
dating game as well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was it a dating game?
No, it wasn't the dating game. It was Love Connection.
Love Connection.
Yeah. If anybody out there listens to our program and you want to listen to it maybe in an even better way, you should join our Patreon. It's only $5 a month. You get commercial-free episodes and you get extended episodes. And you also get bonus content. We always kind of screw around here and talk afterwards. We do some post-game wrap-up shows and things like that. Sometimes our guests will linger. The Patreon is a great way to support the podcast and also increase your love and joy of this whole experience. We're trying to figure out how we can get you bread through Patreon. We've tried a couple times. It's turned into a horrible mess. So far, it is not able to input food, digest food, and send food. But we're working on it. And in the meantime, you can join us at patreon.com, Breaking Bread with Tom Papa, and join the club. Today's podcast is brought to you by Nambe.com. Nambe, the makers of this and the makers of this. This is all stuff that Nambe and Tom Papa designed. It's a new line of bread tools. I'm sure you've heard me talk about it a lot. And we design these beautiful, beautiful bread tools, baking tools. You don't have to bake bread. It could be for anything. Here's my secret recipe. And they're fantastic, and they're beautiful, and people love them, and you will love them too. It's also brought to you by the good people at tompapa.com. My whole tour, the 2026 tour, is on sale. We're going everywhere. We're going to Florida. We're going to California. We're going to Minneapolis. We're going to South Carolina. We're going to Portland, Maine. A whole bunch of things. I mean, I can't even think about it right now because I've been on a plane for the last 10 days. But go to tompapa.com and look up all that good stuff, and I'll see you out there in 2026.
The idea of the poem, it's I think it's based on the Ramses II who built the giant, the Great Pyramid of Cheops. It's really about mortality. Like, build the biggest monument you want, the biggest thing you want. You're going to be lost in the sand, just like everybody else. You can write your name on every building. You can have a super yacht bigger than anyone else. But here comes the fucking horseman, motherfucker, and you can't escape. And it's funny how I watch these dude bros that are like injecting themselves with blood from okapis in order to, because this is going to balance. You're like, good luck.
Yeah.
I better just enjoy it while you can.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Is there anything after this?
After that, I don't know. I don't know. I suspect.
Were you raised with religion?
I was raised with Scottish Protestantism, which is it's an odd kind of mean-spirited kind of enlightenment thing. I actually, as I find myself getting older, I go, that wasn't that bad. I mean, they're kind of like, no, the church is fine, just paint it white, that's fine. No crucifixes, no. One cross, maybe. No heaters. It's a funny kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in religion, but I always have been.
Yeah.
I find it fascinating because I guess I think probably like most stand-ups, real stand-ups, you're kind of looking for something.
Well, it's definitely, I mean, that whole thing of achieving things and realizing that that wasn't it.
Yeah, that's
kind of it with life. It's
Yeah.
And the thing that religion gives you is, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It is much bigger. And there's something else at play, and these little games that you're playing, you're right. If you're feeling not satisfied and it's not really
maybe there's something else.
Right.
Maybe there's something else.
Right.
I mean, I'm not a religious person, but I'm certainly not. I'm not an atheist because it seems like an unscientific stance to me. Like, I absolutely know what there is. And I go, well, that what's your evidence? There's no proof that there is a God. I don't deny that for a second, but can you prove there isn't?
Yeah, exactly.
There's this. I remember having a conversation with some asshole a while ago, but the idea that somehow the theory of evolution was proof that there was, there was no God, and I'm like, how does that work? Like, there was I think it's C.S. Lewis, who was a Christian apologist, who said, because something took millions of years to happen, evolution. Is it any less of a miracle?
Right.
I mean, you're just because it doesn't fit in your idea of time.
Right.
So I'm not disparaging about people who believe in things. It's, I think it's cruel to, oppress people or push people around or have dogma.
Manipulate it. Right. Exactly.
Dogma, I'm not into at all. But the idea of, some kind of religion, why not?
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Did you raise your kids with it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, me neither.
Nah, they got
free
their
thinkers.
They got their own thing going on.
Yeah.
How are you doing with that?
How's it working out?
It's funny. I look at my own kids though, and then what I do is I look at how I was when I was their age, and I go, they are doing fucking great.
Right.
I'm so proud of them. They're so much better than I was. So much better.
Yeah, they weren't rock stars. They weren't going bonkers.
No, they weren't. I mean, my oldest kid, it's funny, I was talking to him the other day. When I was his age, I got divorced.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got married when I was 21 and divorced when I was 24.
Wow.
I mean,
Is that how old he is? 24?
He's 24. Yeah,
Right. I have a 23. My daughter's 23.
And is she single?
And she's single.
She's not divorced?
Not divorced, no.
All right, but she hasn't got married yet? Mm-mm. All right. Well, there you are.
Yeah.
But wait, you have daughters.
I have daughters.
Which
You have
means...
both sons?
Both sons,
Right.
yeah. But that means at a certain point, usually it happens earlier if you have girls, you'll be looking at grandparentness, right?
Yeah. My sister, my younger sister's son had the first baby in the family from me and my
So
siblings.
you're a great uncle now.
So yeah, and watching her it's just like all that stuff, that being a grandparent is the greatest and it's the sweetest and
Yeah.
it's all true. This little kid just showed up and they're just all,
Oh, that's great.
their life is completely
I kind of
entered
love
another
that,
dimension. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. That's great. I mean, I don't. It's not in my life at the moment.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah.
Well, not I hope. I just
Are they
whatever.
dating?
It's not my life.
What is it?
Yeah, well, their lives. It's not my life. So
Right.
I think when you become a parent, like I remember this when, like my first boy was born. That very quickly, within a couple of months, you go from being the star in the movie of your own life to a supporting player in the movie of someone else's life. It's almost like your career in Hollywood. You go from Craig Ferguson to and Craig Ferguson as the detective inspector Robinson
And Craig Ferguson.
as himself. As grumpy
No,
old
it's
man.
true. I had that moment last summer. We get together with my family, and it's like my sisters and all their kids, and my kids and my parents, and we do the summer thing together, and it's lovely. And it's we all get together, and it keeps the family, whatever. And I realized that shift. It
Yeah.
was all these kids who were like 20s, 30s. They don't care that I'm on TV. We all love each other and it's fun and whatever. But as the conversations are going and the stuff, and I'm like, and what about? And I was like, oh no, I'm a little less relevant with what's the you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think there's a weird kind of deification of youth, which is, I think, a byproduct of what happened economically in the United States in the 1950s. When, when the first baby boomer generation's coming up and after the end of the Second World War, in the 50s in the ad men era, right, you get this push to get people to buy products while they're young. Because
Right.
if somebody buys a Ford when they're young or Coca-Cola when they're young, they're going to stay with Coca-Cola, they're going to stay with Ford. So in the media, youth became the most desirable commodity because that's the dollar that you can rely on.
Right.
So what happens is as they age, the youth remained the target market. You used to get that on
Right.
television. They would say, well, how is your demographic
demo.
with 18 to 22-year-olds? I'm like, I don't give a fuck about 18 to 22-year-olds. It's not my business.
Yeah.
But they would say, well, how is the show performing with them? I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
And but I think what it is it became
yeah.
about that. It's an odd little hangover because if you look at human history before that, it's not like if surviving youth was
Right, exactly.
well done you.
Yeah, everyone was dead by 40.
Ready. Well,
But it's an interesting thing now because the market is shifted because
everyone's old.
and everyone's old, and the older ones are the ones with the money. And the young people don't have money any longer.
Yeah, I heard that. It's an interesting little thing because you hear young people say, "Well, we don't have the money." I didn't have any money when I was young either. I got
me neither.
I got some money now, but I didn't have money then.
Yeah. I was listening to some podcasts the other night, and they were talking about the shift that's coming in like the next 20 years with all of the boomers who have all of the money.
Yeah.
All that wealth is going to go to the younger people.
Yeah,
It's
the
going
boomers
to be
will
this
die off.
Yeah,
And,
it's going to be a big shift in who has the money. It'll be
great.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be great. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. I hope I'm around to see what happens. Whoa.
We do a thing on this program called an uncomfortable moment.
Oh, I do them a lot, even when I'm not here.
Yeah.
All right.
We have our
I like you have an iPad.
Thank you.
That is embracing your dotage right there. as a modern device
Yes.
that also says I'm modern, but I'm old. iPad. You know what I mean? It's like
What
a phone,
else?
but it's really big.
Well, I need to show it to you.
No, I know,
It's
I
cool.
get it. I have one. I'm not mocking you.
You want to know what's so funny is
What?
the reason I have the iPad, other than this, is I have it on Turner Classic Movies.
Oh yeah.
And when I'm on the road, I just open it up and I watch whatever movie is on there for like
nice.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Just see like 1940s movie. So it's
do
really.
you ever watch old movies and go, they're all dead. They're all dead. All of them. Man. Crowd scenes, all dead.
I know. I
Do you
love
ever go
them
on,
though.
Do you ever go on like YouTube and watch colorized restored film from like 1910 and 1898 and all that kind of stuff?
All gone.
They're all gone.
Yeah.
Even that baby grew up, died.
I love all the I grew up in Tahiti. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I love that. I love the language of old films.
Yeah,
Just the economy of words in and out, and it's just so.
Well, words were much more expensive back then.
Yeah, I know. It was a different system.
Yeah, whole different way of doing it.
As you pointed out, I'm using East Coast Joe here, and you talk fondly about my West Coast Joe, Joe Bolter.
I love Joe. He was the front end of my pantomime horse.
Yeah, you always talk about how much you love him. But
do I always talk about it? Oh,
it seems like you were a little abusive at times.
That's AI.
This is the guy with the ice bath for his feet.
Look, that's me doing a thing, and then that's Joe. Wait, that isn't me. I didn't even do that. That's not my face. Look at that nose. You AI'd that. That's crazy. And also,
what I love about this is that's so not you. But that is so Joe.
That is Joe.
Even if you're nice to him, that's the way he looks at you.
He's a little. Well, he's a father now, so he's like that on the inside as well.
He's having his second.
Yeah, I heard.
I know. He's gonna have another one.
It's so funny to me. I think of Joe having. Yeah, there he is.
There's the horse.
The front end of the horse. There he is, right there.
Your show was so creative.
Thank you. I think I stole a lot of it from old British pantomime, to be honest. It was old British music hall, the dancing horse, I think the robot skeleton was a little more kind of our thing. There wasn't a lot of robot skeletons back in the day. Say, what's that over there? Oh, it's a robot skeleton. Hey. But all the latest news.
But it was good. You were taking swings, and you were like, it seemed watching it that you were doing it for yourself. You were doing it and your staff of like, this is going to make us laugh.
We were entertaining ourselves because no one was paying any attention. Like the network wasn't paying any attention, and and Dave was busy doing his show, and he was on another coast, so we kind of did what we liked.
Yeah.
It was kind of like. We really were we got to the kids in the attic. We go, fuck it. Oh, all right, let's see what we can do.
Yeah.
I mean, very quickly I noticed that they weren't paying attention. There was a couple of times I fucked up in the first few weeks. I made a mistake, or I just like froze in the monologue or something like that. And then after the show, nobody said anything. And I was like, okay.
Let's see if they noticed this.
Caught that. Let's see what else they didn't see. On.
How many years was it?
10.
10.
From January 2005 till December 2014.
Wow.
So 10 years, bar a couple of weeks.
Are you surprised that slot isn't coming back, and that all these things are shifting like that?
I think that's broadcast television, isn't it?
Yeah.
Broadcast television is changing beyond recognition to what I remember it.
Yeah.
But things do change. I mean, that happens. I'm not like, oh, no, it's a terrible thing.
Yeah.
Stuff changed. Like the sound came to the movies, and, it worked out as it.
Right.
It'd be okay. It'll be fine.
Why do you think talk shows don't work on streaming services? Since some people have had some...
I think they probably would. I mean, the thing, what you have to do with a late night show, look, everybody talks to me about the fucking success of the late night show. It was touch and go for 2 years. We were going to stay on the fucking air. Mm-hmm. Conan was the same. Conan, they were giving him I think a 3-week fucking up like at the beginning.
Yeah.
But what happened was the people that made television then, the executives that made television then, were people who made television. Mm-hmm. They weren't people who balanced books.
Right.
They weren't accountants.
They were TV people.
They were TV people. So
Yeah.
they were like, how are we going to make this show work? So it was a different mindset to make stuff. Like, I think a talk show would work on streaming, but you got to fucking commit. You know, you're going to have to run that fucker for 2 years until it becomes a habit for people.
Right.
You know, and they don't have that kind of...
No.
Maybe they don't have the bandwidth for that. They don't need to do it because they can make money other ways. But if they were program makers, they'd be like, well, what we're going to have to do is take a hit on this financially until it works.
Right.
Nobody wants to fucking hear that.
No.
So,
yeah.
you know,
I know everything has to open like a hit film now.
it seems odd to me. But
Yeah.
I mean, stuff that, I mean, if you look at stuff that, even recently, look at movies like the Scott Pilgrim movie, I think is a good example, which was a complete box office disaster. And now is like, oh, it's a great thing, and all these people are in it, and blah, blah.
Yeah.
And you go, yeah, well, where the fuck were you when it came out?
Right.
You know, you weren't anywhere near it.
Yeah.
And I think that there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe they didn't know about it, they hadn't seen it, maybe they just didn't appeal to them, the marketing campaign was shit, or maybe it just had to become, it had some life.
Right. Yeah. Just let it be and let it grow.
Let it happen. So I think that if streaming, if your business, there's not anything wrong with streaming, but I think if your business model requires success immediately, then show business might not be for you.
Right.
You know, it's
Right.
like, talk to any fucking stand-up who's
Yeah.
lasted more than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you can come out the gate and do great.
Yeah. It takes a long time.
But-
You're actively on tour now?
Always something.
Yeah.
You know.
How's your writing right now? Where's your head at? Are you enjoying it?
I kind of the stand-up stuff. I no longer. I mean, occasionally I'll sit down and write a bit to get it to a place where I can get it on a stage and write it properly. But stand-up isn't really a writing job, I don't think.
Right.
Writing is a writing job, you know.
Yeah. That's what Carlin at the end said, called himself a writer.
Yeah.
He got to the point of like he would write it all out and memorize it, and it started tipping over to his books and his writing.
I think George was kind of like, I mean, Charles Dickens was like that as well. Dickens would write, you know, these stories and then go and perform them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know
he would
that.
go and, well, he would read them, I guess.
Yeah.
But, you know, he would give readings. Like, he would do, Charles Dickens tonight will read, you know, A Christmas Carol. And he would go and do it. And
Yeah.
Mark Twain did that as well.
Yeah.
You know, it is there's a kind of move. There's always been that kind of stuff. Aristophanes and all these, fucking all those Greeks were throwing down a strong 10 at the Athenaeum. You're like, I'm just going to work on this thing. Socrates is in it. It's hilarious. You guys have got to see
I
it.
forgot that piece.
You
I
stole
forgot
my
that piece.
Socrates bit. Fuck you.
Yeah, David Sedaris does that. He goes out on tour.
He does, and he's great.
I know. And then by the end, it's all edited, and then
Yeah.
he publishes. It's so
I
brilliant.
think that's very smart because
Yeah.
you get a feel for it.
Yeah.
But not everyone wants that. There's also, I mean, I've written books as well, and there is a different feeling to crafting prose and enjoying the sense of that. But it's not the same as performance. It's not the same thing.
No.
It's
But you
related.
do lock it in. Like,
You lock jokes in if you know you laugh. I mean, you
Yeah.
do that. You know, you get a joke and you think, oh, bang.
Yeah.
When it goes bang one night, it's going to be that every fucking night.
Right.
You know, oh, yeah, because it's that old Groucho Marx thing. If it gets a laugh, leave it in. And so leave it in.
yeah.
I mean, you'll work around it.
Right.
What I always hate is, and it's why one of the reasons why I doubt I'll ever do another stand-up special, is after you record it, you've got about 3 months before it goes out where you can still do that material.
I know.
And it gets better.
It gets so much better.
It always gets better.
Man.
Yeah.
When I go do like a corporate date and these people don't know you necessarily,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, they're just working for this company and
Yeah.
they have to sit through your act.
I've been that guy many times.
Yeah, which is great. They can go great.
Sure.
But I'll break out bits that are 20 years old.
Yeah.
And they kill in a way that is so much deeper than anything in the last 10 years because they just have grown. There's something about old bits that can literally mature.
I feel the same way about my genitalia.
People say that.
You know, there's something about old bits that still satisfy. in many ways better than they were originally.
Yeah, and actually you think they're great, but nobody else really does. That's all you.
That's right. People are just surprised when they hear them.
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
How do you respond when you hear a conspiracy theory from a friend?
I think that conspiracy theories, when I hear people talking, I have a few people in my life that are quite kind of, well, you know what this really is. I think it's a sign of great optimism. I think it's a sign of hopefulness that because I don't have any conspiracy theories, because I know people are kind of mostly fucking stupid. You know, if you ever meet a politician, like, and you must admit, and you're like, whoa,
exactly.
Fucking hell. You're the wow.
Yeah, right,
you know,
exactly.
And so, you know what these guys are up to? You know what these guys are up to? Fuck all. That's what these guys are up to. They're trying to get from one day to the next.
Yeah, get a little money, get a beach house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think conspiracy theories, in an odd way, it's a kind of twisted optimism, and I have great affection for it. I kind of admire it in an odd way, because it makes me feel like there's hopefulness inside conspiracy theories,
because they think,
there's
this can't be it.
There's clever people that will do things,
right?
But there's no clever people, and the fucking, you know, and nobody's coming.
That's what happened during the pandemic, during COVID. I realized these people are so adamant about it must be Fauci or it must be this. They want something. They want it simplified.
Right,
they want to say that's the bad guy.
It's a little
they
like,
caused it rather than the chaos.
It's
of,
a faith-based thing. It's kind of like no. This is because, you know, entity ABC, deity ABC wants it to be this way.
Right.
It's a search for meaning.
Right. Exactly.
In a terrifying existence. I understand.
I do too. It's much scary to think this shit. No one has control over any of this.
This fucking train is just barreling along.
Yeah, it's really have you ever had people that got into the conspiracy things so far that you couldn't talk to them any longer?
Nah, I'll talk to anybody.
That's good.
Yeah. How about, do you have that? Do you feel like I will not talk to you?
Not out of avarice, or I had one uncle who got into. It was like the beginning of the Fox News kind of brainwashing. And he got so angry at everything. And he was such a fun-loving, beautiful guy. But he got so angry that we ran out of things we could talk about.
Right.
I remember when he came to the house, and we were like, well, we could talk about the weather. And we're like, oh, man, it's a beautiful day. Yeah, well, there's freaking climate change, and I was like, oh shit, we can't even talk about the weather. It got so bad.
I have people I avoid, sure, for sure, but you know, I get it.
And I wasn't really like out to avoid him, but he just you couldn't talk to him was the problem.
I think the thing about that is that to me, that's someone that wants to talk about something that they want to talk about. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like, I want to talk about this thing over and over again. I'm like, well, that's kind of boring, so I'm going to... I just saw a guy over here, you know.
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
What's a lie that you told as a kid that you got away with that still bugs you?
There was once... when I stole a candy bar from my Uncle Jack's shop. He didn't notice. He had a little grocery store, and, you know, it's one of those weird things. It worked away like a little fucking nugget right away. Now, years and years and years later, I was in rehab, and I was talking to this guy, you know, you kind of cleaning out your life a little bit and trying to figure out why you ended up in fucking rehab. And I was talking to my counselor, and I said, you know, one thing that really bugs me as well, it's like, I stole a candy bar from Uncle Jack's shop when I was about 8 years old, and nobody ever caught me. And he's like, you know, I know that you think that's probably small, but it's clearly not. When you go find your Uncle Jack, and give him the money. And I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Did it help?
No, I think he needed more.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, I'm free.
But
yeah.
But it helped you.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know, like, you gotta Get that shit out.
It's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. It's just a little thing.
Yeah.
I mean, but
You just carry it.
especially when you're a kid and you get away with something that you know is wrong, you know. And I remember I got that candy bar and I went to a nearby. There was a little kind of underpass nearby our house, and I went round the back of it where the kids used to hang out. It was just me and my own, and I ate it. little fat Scottish boy eating a stolen candy bar, like crying.
Right.
And like, I wonder which one of these guys is going to end up a stand-up comedian.
Just confused, but kind, but evil.
So tasty, so wrong.
It's so funny. What is one of the things that like a critic said or someone wrote about you that was a negative thing that stayed with you, that's still in your head? Was there any even though they were wrong or silly, but
I remember when I started in late night, there was a guy, the New York Post said, I just remember, it doesn't bother me, but I just, as you asked the question, it occurs to me, the New York Post, I got hammered, weirdly enough, this is interesting, I got trashed when I started in late night on all the press for being shit at the monologue.
really?
I was like, he can't fucking do it. And I'm like, okay. And I was like, you know, look, I'm not saying I'm the best ever to do a monologue in late night, but I'm up there, you know.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Right.
It's
So,
kinda
so I remember in the New York Post, they trashed for that. Everybody trashed me for the monologue at the beginning. That's what I was saying about the streaming
funny.
thing.
Yeah.
You gotta pass through the fire to get to the other side.
Right. That had to be, sorry to interrupt, but that had to be such a challenge. Like, you've got to be really locked in on and confident or have some allies with you. It's so hard to, that's stand-up. The monologue is.
It is stand-up.
And to have people's things in your head, to still go through it, while you have these negative perceptions in your head, like, you've got to really believe in yourself. It could wipe a lot of people out.
Well, I think it used to wipe a lot of people out.
Yeah.
And I think stand-ups like you and I, or you know, the ones that I like and respect, have passed through that fire.
Yeah.
What I think is quite interesting is the trend for, or the model for stand-ups now is positive and reinforcement. You know, so there may be stand-ups that would be a lot better if they went through the fire.
Right.
You know, I mean, and so, but there are things like, I think even here at the Cellar, they do stand-up classes.
Right.
You know, I mean, in a way, it's beautiful, but
Sure.
also, it's not my experience.
Right.
And, but I remember in the Post, to answer your question, the guy at the Post, Tom something, I can't remember his name, but he said this, that everything was bad, and then he said my hair was bad.
Oh, God.
He said my hair. He said his hair's so bad it looks like he's wearing a wig. And I was like, now look, maybe the monologue wasn't that great that night. Maybe I wasn't so good when I started out late night. But my hair is and always has been fucking awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
I have top tier 90s sitcom hair. I have great. I have fucking. That is Jack Kennedy fucking hair right there.
Yeah.
That is Irish boat trash hair.
Rock solid.
Yeah, there's nothing fucking going
he's
wrong
there
with
typing
it.
with his little bald patch.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, that looks like a wig. Like, well, you know what? You've just devalued your entire argument. But I do remember.
But isn't it funny you remember?
I remember the hair thing. I mean, I remember
Yeah.
everybody trashing me at the beginning anyway. But they
Sure.
do. Or they used to.
God, isn't it crazy? Like,
I don't know what happens
yeah,
now.
it just becomes like a trend just to like, let's rip this person apart.
Oh my God. Well, it's much more interesting to write negative stuff than it is to write
Yeah.
positive stuff. It's one of the things that I really like about your stand-up, actually, that you will do. You have a technique. technique, which a lot of us use, where you don't like things and you point out the absurdity, but you will also point out things that are positive, which is really interesting. That bit I always talk to you about this bit about being in shape. Like, why do you need to be in shape? You know, you're the guy who works in accounts.
Right.
But it's such a beautiful piece of positivity.
Oh yeah.
In a piece of stand-up, that's like, unless you know what you're looking at, that's why I'm like, you know, when people say, you know, they'll look at a Picasso and it's like a few lines and they go, well, I could fucking do that. And go, yeah, but you fucking didn't, did you?
Right.
You fucking didn't do that. And it took him 50 fucking years to figure out you only had to do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like understanding the art is part of enjoying the art, I think. But it changes the art you enjoy.
Yeah, no, completely.
Like, because if I like, even like if I was to look at Leno when I was 20 years old, I'd be like, fuck, airline peanuts, fuck you. And hey, watch Leno, and I've done gigs with Jay and Arsenio Hall. We were doing these gigs, these like old late night Meshuggah gigs. And I'm watching these guys, and I'm like, they're great.
Yeah.
I mean, great. And they're both kind of 80s comedians, but Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, Jay in particular, I'm
just
like,
perfecting that.
wow. I mean, you see him fucking, and it's like fucking, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing.
No, 50 years of doing it.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's quite a thing to see. But unless maybe you need to know a little bit about it to actually get the most out of it.
Right, exactly. Your wife is an art, right? She's an art dealer?
Yeah, she was an art dealer.
She was an art dealer?
Yeah.
Did it, were you into art before you met her? And
yes.
Did you learn a lot from being in that world?
I learned a lot from her. But I was always kind of into art. Was currency when I was in Scotland. When I was a kid, I was about 18 years old, 19 years old. I lived in the West End of Glasgow. No one had any money.
Right.
But what the fashion was literacy and knowledge of great art, whether it was written or it was just a very kind of, it wasn't an academic environment. Everyone was getting drunk and shagging. I mean, it was like pub culture, but the conversation currency was all about knowledge.
God, so beautiful.
You had to have it.
It's so great.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was kind of like it was kind of like the way I felt when I went to Russia for the first time when I was in Moscow, and I was like, oh, these people are like Glaswegians. They're drunk and literate.
Right.
And you love to talk about it.
Right.
Yeah,
it is the coolest.
Fascinating.
So you had a working knowledge of art. Did that help you date her? Did you throw a couple out when you first met?
Yeah.
Did you?
I think what helped was the fact that her grandfather was a street orphan from Edinburgh. Oh. So she'd been around my type before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a Scottish thing in her family.
Oh, that's
so she
cool.
knew a bit about that.
Yeah. Art is real. I just went to the LACMA in
oh, nice.
in LA.
Yeah.
Which it's so funny. It's like here in New York, right? It's like
it's everywhere here.
Yeah, and it's you only go when you have someone from out of town that needs something to do. Like you're there, I could go every day, and you never do it.
I've noticed. I live in the Upper East Side, and I've started. I'll go to the museum and look at the French Impressionists.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just wander in
just to
with
be
frequency?
in their company. Yeah, and it's kind of like. Actually, I went there when they had the Van Gogh exhibition on, and at the Starry Night,
Starry Night thing, yeah.
And it was there, and I'd seen the image many times before.
Yeah.
And when I was in Paris, I went to see the Mona Lisa, and you go there and you go, oh, it's small and it's behind glass. Starry Night.
Yeah.
Whew, that's got its own fucking light source. That thing. It's like you stand next to that thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you just fucking suspend a little bit of cynicism in your body for a second, it'll knock your fucking hair back. It's amazing,
really?
That stuff. The visceral power of great art,
it's
I think,
insane.
It's wonderful.
We were walking through, and there was like all of this, some pretty well-known stuff, and there was this, Klimt
Oh
like,
yeah, the
which
lady
is
in
usually
gold,
like which is usually like big pieces.
Yeah.
There was a piece like the size of this,
right.
just of just as a woman with a fur collar,
Right.
and it literally was this big. I couldn't walk away from it.
That's funny that.
Right?
Yeah,
You just
yeah.
I just could not get away.
Do you buy art? Do you collect it?
No. My wife's mother was an artist.
Right.
And we have some stuff like, and we keep saying like we should. Our friend buys from students, emerging students
Right.
that are really good. But we've never bought. We just have all of her mother's stuff around, so it would be great to replace it.
Well, look, if you're moving to New York, you're going to have limited wall space.
Yeah, I know, that's
maybe
right.
Slow down a little.
We'd have to give away all that stuff.
Yeah, but it's worth it. You can also go the museum and see. You can go to all the museums, and it's all here, and you get to go and see all of it.
I know.
It's fucking great.
And you don't have to get in a car to go do it.
No, you don't. And also, I've noticed. I remember years ago, my manager in LA, when I first moved to Los Angeles, my manager was a New Yorker, and we were talking one day, he was yakking about something, and he said that when he got old, he wanted to live in New York City. He said that'd be the greatest city to get old in, because you can walk in the park and go to the museums and as long as you've got a really good coat, nobody knows you're old. I'm like,
Seinfeld said the same thing.
Oh, did he?
He said he looked around LA and was like, they don't do good grown-ups here. They don't.
he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
New York, there's adults, and they've got to kind of figure it out. Over there, it's...
Was that Garrison Keillor said about LA? Everyone is in their mid 30s. Even the children are in their mid 30s.
He's another one, New York.
Yeah.
In his later years.
Yeah. I don't know. It makes sense to me. Look, if Bowie lived in New York, then clearly you should live in New York.
It's so simple.
There you are. That's what it is.
It's really true.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
can
simple.
live anywhere in the world, but I quite like to go to the comedy store and maybe go up to the museum. Come on.
Yeah, I know. My problem is I've got 2 daughters, and one loves LA and one loves New York.
Oh my God, this is like a Neil Simon play.
Yeah, so we're going to have to bounce back and forth, I guess.
I think you what age is the daughter that loves LA?
20.
Okay, so...
She's going to graduate from school next year.
Right. Is she in LA still?
She comes she goes to school here, but comes to LA.
Oh, but the school is here? Mm-hmm. Fucking make hay while the sun shines. Stay here.
Yeah, but she's made it very clear, when this is over, I'm back.
LA is a very different place when your parents aren't there.
Very true.
So see how
it's
it
a
goes.
sweet life for her when she comes to LA.
Yeah. Fucking
pool.
Break bread, Dad, talk Papa. My dad's done pretty well for himself over
It's
the
really
years.
true.
Yeah.
She really is
All
living.
right. Anyway, so you got a 1-bedroom in Silver Lake. Fucking good luck. Actually, not Silver Lake now. Glendale, further out.
You're exactly.
Echo Park. Yeah.
Oh, that's the best wisdom anyone's given me in quite some time.
Yeah,
it's a very different city when your family's not there.
Yeah. It might not be the same at all.
Yeah.
Although I gotta say, when I moved to LA, when I was in my early 30s, and my parents weren't there, I loved it then. I still love LA. I do
great.
love LA, but
It's great.
I like to go and then
Yeah.
and enjoy it and see the friends I have there, and I still have a lot of friends there, and I like being there, but I live here. I feel better here. And,
Yeah.
and it is something to do with what Seinfeld says. It's something about growing ups as well. And not everybody is in fucking show business.
I know. Yeah.
And that really helps.
Just being at the gym and seeing
That also helps.
early
Being
in the morning,
gym
being in
also
the gym
helps.
and watching guys like put on a tie to go to work.
Right. And they're not agents.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going to do who knows what.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It is pretty great.
I also, I like the doctors here. As you get older and you can go and see, like doctors.
My eye doctor's here.
Oh yeah.
I make appointments just to come to New York to be with my
I
eye
started
doctor.
with a new doctor here, and he's like, when you start with a new doctor, they have to do the whole thing, the question you from the very beginning and who you are and what you know. And so he knows what age I am. He's done my blood type. We've done the finger. We've done all that kind of stuff before. And he's asking me all these things, and he said, "When did you last fall over?" And I'm like, Jesus, when I was drunk, I guess, in 1992, I guess is the last time he went, okay. And he's going along. He said, well, you know, as people get older. I'm like, okay. And then he asked, so in your blood work, should I do an STD panel? And I'm like, pick a fucking side, man. And it's like, you know, when did you last fall over? Should I do an STD? No, don't do an STD panel. Because if you have to ask someone, when did you last fall over? The likelihood is...
Well, you said no. You said you hadn't fallen over. So he's like, he might be a stud.
So that's the level of virility that you can actually make it from one spot to the next. Maybe that's what it is.
What's your favorite part about being a grown-up?
I think there's a sense of... I'm beginning to get a whiff of this. And I've noticed it in very old people. I kind of not give a fuckness. Mm-hmm. That I'm quite surprised. I kind of iconoclasm... which I aspired to as a young punk rocker, but actually really, it takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know, when people really have opinions and they walk up and down and say things, and you go, yeah, fuck you. Who are you fucking kidding?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, I used to believe that, you know, intelligence, respectability, worth... all of these things had a look or a feel or an age, and I don't believe a fucking word of it now. I tell you, I did this thing. Actually, it'll be announced by the time this goes out. So I've been shooting this thing for CNN. Where I go around America and talking to all different people. And
really? That's great.
I'm very hopeful about it. We haven't finished making it yet, but
does it have a title?
Yeah, it's called American on Purpose.
Nice.
And it's named after a book that I wrote 100 years ago. But it's really, I wanted to make a documentary. We made 5 hours, and I wanted to make a documentary series that celebrated America. I think a lot of times now people think America. Even Americans think America is the administration, whether in the past or the current or stuff. And there's a little tendency to throw the baby out with the bathwater a little bit. And what I kind of wanted to make was a show that was not jingoistic, but not ironic, but was celebratory for America. And, you know, and CNN came to me and they said, will you, you know, we have interest in making this show. And I said, well, I want to be clear. The show that I make for you will be the same show I would be making if I was doing it for Fox News. And they were like, that's what we want. We want you to make the show that you want to make. And I was like, okay. So I made this show. And part of it, I was down in the Everglades with the guys who live in the Gladesmen. Not just guys. The people who live in the Glades. And there are some native people there and some... people who have been there only for a couple of 100 years, and you know, and I loved them. It was great, and I thought I could. And I remember saying, "Look, if I ever get in real trouble, can I come here?" And they're like, "Sure," because nobody will fucking find you there. And I'm like, "Yep, nobody's gonna get you here."
Yeah.
And there's a thing about America which I fucking love. And it still very much exists. America is not New York and LA. This is garnish. America is America. And one of the things I love about America is the ability to disappear into it. I wonder sometimes if that's not what I'm looking for when you go on tour, when you find yourself in the Chuckle Hut in Wichita or whatever it is. And I like being amongst it. I like being in America. And when I see these British documentaries, and I see a lot of that because I still have family there and I still go there and I see the BBC, and you get these fucking assholes from North London saying, well, the thing about America is, like, you don't fucking, you live in a country the size of fucking Massachusetts, and like, what is the thing about, there is no thing about America.
Yeah.
And it's such a kind of vast, complicated, massive idea of a place.
Yeah.
That,
when you say there's no thing, do you think there's a spirit?
yes, I think there's a spirit. And I think the spirit is ineffable, kind of unnameable. Mm-hmm. It has, I'm not deifying it, but at the same time, I think the spirit that sends you to the moon can also send you to some very bad places as well. Mm-hmm. In the same way as the personal spirit that can get you up on a stage and make you do a great piece of stand-up can also have you kill yourself.
Right.
It's the same. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So a spirit has darkness, and but it is. I love this place, and I can't fathom why a person wouldn't.
Yeah.
Even for all, I'm not blind to the problems.
No, it's definitely flawed, but there does, in its best moments to me, always feels like it doesn't matter who is involved. There is this kind of undercurrent of, yeah, but we could be this.
Yeah,
that thing.
Aspirational.
Yeah,
aspirational
right.
spirit. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
And also the idea, because it's an idea. Because America is it's really the first post-Enlightenment country, the only post-Enlightenment country, really. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's like everybody else, like the British are still like, well, the king says, the king? What are you, fucking 12?
Right.
The fucking king? Well, he's got a magical hat. The fuck is wrong with you?
Right.
It's like, well, he does a lot for tourism. You go, the French don't have a king. They've got tourists.
Right.
You
There's
ever been to
people
fucking
coming
Orlando? You shit your pants. There's so many tourists down there. They had to build a special land for them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I kind of.
Oh, this sounds great.
I hope that it works. I worked very hard on it, and the thing is, I wanted to make a show where, I didn't take a side.
Yeah.
I didn't take, but I've got a sneaking suspicion I might just piss everybody off. So we'll see what happens.
That's great. That'd be great.
But even if I do that,
Yeah.
at least there's a unification in that.
Do you, when you drop in on these people, is it veered towards politics, or is it just their life?
No, I really not. I really try not to talk about, particularly current politics.
Yeah.
I mean, people talk about how they live and what they believe, but issue-based, TikTok, Instagram, fucking yiggity-dack, boom, right now politics, nah.
Yeah.
Because that's an oversubscribed market anyway. You can't fucking move in the world without that fucking coming at you.
No, exactly.
And so I try to make it more
evergreen.
Yeah, well, yeah, and more kind of like the way I do stand-up. I never talk about politics in stand-up. I don't think you do either, do you? I just never touch it.
No, I'll talk about the results of it in a vague way of like the stress of the times or that kind of a thing.
Right, that's observational. But, but actually to dig in there and say this guy's this and that guy's that.
No. I hate them so much. I'm like, they don't get they don't get to come into my act.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, and it's an interesting thing because I feel like politics is what people talk about when they've got nothing to talk about, including fucking politicians.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you got fucking nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But maybe that's naive. I don't know, but
yeah.
I mean,
no, I'm with you.
Have you ever read Plato's Republic?
No.
So I thought, I'd heard so much about it over the years. I actually read it.
You did?
Yeah, I read it 3-4 months ago. I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna read this thing. I read it. And it starts off and I'm going, oh, that's very clever. Very clever. Oh, the ancient Plato, very clever. Get about 3/4 of the way out of it and going, this guy's a fucking lunatic.
Really? Why?
This guy's a fucking lunatic.
In what way?
Well, the idea that, he was very down on democracy because the democracy had voted that Socrates should kill himself, and Socrates was his mentor, and he loved Socrates and all that. And certainly what they did to Socrates was very bad. But he said democracy leads to tyrants. I was like, And so democracy, I like what Churchill said about democracy, which is a terrible idea, but it's the best one we've got.
Right.
So the philosopher king is Plato's idea of the perfect, but it involves, you take the infant from the family before they're like 7 years old, and you take them to special places, and there's all this fucking way of like they're raised doing this, and then and I'm like, this is a fucking cult. You're out of your fucking mind. And what's interesting, but for years I would never say I think Plato was a fucking lunatic, because I'd be frightened that people would call me stupid.
That's right.
And I would say the same thing about Nietzsche. Nietzsche, a great philosopher. Nietzsche was a damaged, poor soul who came up with a very twisted idea.
You're right, exactly. One catchphrase.
Yeah, this Ubermensch. The idea of the Ubermensch, you go, the great man. You go, did she hurt your feelings? Is that what it is? Fuck, man. And
perspective.
I think that consider the fucking source.
Yeah.
And so what I like about, and why I think really in my DNA I am an American, is because I am an iconoclast, and because the source of America is not really one person. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of, and it's still we're still adding
constantly
to it. Still the soup is still getting. Well, let's try a little of this. Let's some of that. Whoa, whoa. You know what I mean? It's like it's still going on,
right? Exactly.
And I feel like that to me is much more attractive. Well, look, it just seems much more realistic.
Yeah, and
it's just an observation,
and it's just much more open-minded, which is. Yeah. In its essence, what America is at its best.
At its best, right? I think that's it. And it's.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. That's
well,
gonna be cool.
I hope it works. And like I say, we haven't finished making it yet. But
if it doesn't, you always have Scrabble.
Well, what I like to do, what I like is that you have Scrabble.
Yeah.
You also have this giant idea.
Yeah.
Now, can you put it on a triple letter square?
Right.
But I've got nothing negative to say about Scrabble. I love doing a game show.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like it. And I don't know, look, maybe I'm just dumb, but I like to take a break from dramatic fucking thing and play a game.
Well, this is the problem with Scrabble, is that it was that for me. It was a nice escape. And then my wife got so aggressive with it that now it's the most stressful thing I can do.
Well, introduce dirty word only Scrabble. And then who's been in comedy clubs for 40 years?
That's right.
Yeah. Who's been in green rooms with some of the most twisted minds in show business?
That's right.
There
you can't challenge this word.
No,
you don't know this word.
You don't know this word. Or, just like slang terms for, weird sex acts and stuff like that. Do that.
Yeah, it's awesome. I could talk to you forever. We'll continue on. Enjoy your bread.
Thanks. I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, I'm gonna thinly slice it and put on. I'm now on dairy-free butter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because butter seems to give me the.
Oh, that's so sad.
Nah, you think that they're actually technology on dairy-free products is really fucking soaring forward.
Really?
Much more than AI. AI is bullshit, but dairy-free products, they're good. They're getting somewhere with that.
Well, a little avocado with some olive oil is a good way to go too.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right.
Yeah.
You're the
little
best.
Pepper?
Yeah, a little pepper, a little of that Norwegian salt.
Oh,
that
yeah, there you go. Now we're talking. Yeah. Are you trying to get us out of here? Yeah, okay, we gotta go.
I could feel it. I could feel
you moving. Yeah, all right.
Mom was like, "Kids, 5 minutes."
Yeah, we gotta go to.
We got 5 minutes.
We're in the fucking car wash.
Yeah. All right.